Hello there, world. Welcome to another edition of Couch Talk with CV. This is the Couch, and this is CV. Welcome to my channel called Primate Evolved. I also have a site called primateevolved.com that has the written versions of my Couch Talk series here, basically the written blogs. So you're definitely welcome to visit there. As always, primateevolved.com. And also feel free to leave comments here at my channel. I'd greatly appreciate it. And as always, I just ask that if you do leave any comments to keep the conversations as civil as possible. So with that, let's go ahead and dive into today's topic. Today, we'll be discussing why the rhetoric of my kids are my world and will always be first wrecks relationships. So let's dive in. Whenever I hear or read, my kids are my world and will always be first, which has become a marching mantra in the Western world of single parenting, my knee-jerk reaction is to say, get over yourself. And even by the end of this post, I'm going to stand by the same initial reaction. But let's explore why the my kids are my world mentality is doing more harm than good to society, and rather counterproductively weakens the notion of being a responsible parent. First, whether unplanned or planned, it was your choice as a parent to bring kids into this roller coaster of human existence. And yes, with that choice comes a huge responsibility that should never be taken lightly. Yes, you're raising human beings who will be forever affected by your parenting abilities and influence. Many parents out there should be applauded for their commitment to raise kids who grow into productive, contributing members of society, and hopefully with a strong foundation of needed qualities: respect, compassion, good communication skills, healthy discipline, critical thinking skills, and good balance of book smarts and street smarts. The flip side is this. In my own observation and studies, particularly when engaging with single parents, there often seems to be some underlying psychological issue or motive that isn't so much about making their kids top priority. Instead, it appears that the predominance of broken relationships now, high divorce rate, non-marital relationships having a short shelf life, a hookup culture that is destroying real intimacy, are causing parents consciously or unconsciously to use their kids as a crutch or odd healing mechanism to deal with the relationship woes. Hear what some single parents have told me during conversations I've had with them about why they swear by my kids are my world. For example, when I was with my ex John, I did everything for him. I put him first. I'm never doing that again if I end up in a new relationship. Or after my divorce from Steve, I decided to focus only on my kids. Now that my kids are all grown, maybe I will meet someone to spend time with. I'm an empty nester and now don't know what to do with myself. And I'm fine being alone as I have my kids, and that's all I need. All the above statements, all of those statements may sound relatively harmless and, of course, practical to single parents. However, in my opinion, they're also a key part of the reason why romantic relationships have taken a psychological beating over the past couple of generations. Namely, and if you you can shake your head at me or think I don't know what I'm talking about, your romantic relationship is just as important, if not more important, as your relationship with your kids, period. And let's face it, in our current Western climate, which has been focusing much more on entitlement than what people offer to a relationship, it's no wonder we're all wrapped up inside our own heads and constantly making declarations such as, I'm not going to take any crap anymore, or I'm better off alone than in a bad relationship, or I deserve no less than the best, or if you don't accept me, then take a walk, or I am me and nothing or nobody is going to change that. In other words, the adult version of throwing a tantrum. So with that prevalent thinking, how are we supposed to take my kids are my world that seriously? Furthermore, are you 100% certain that in your past relationships you truly gave everything, and I mean everything, to your partner? Really? You were never selfish or unfair with your partner? Or that you have had your own emotional issues that have kept people from getting close to you? or that you lost your identity in your relationship and blame most of that on your partner instead of owning up to your own inadequacies. If I asked you, for example, what does it take for a relationship to thrive and last, what would your answer be? Honesty, communication, and trust? Well, if you did say that, you were kind of wrong. Sure, those are necessary to a relationship. Not many people will dispute that. However, if you're not actively wanting to take the best possible care of your partner, and yes, that does go both ways, then you are doing an injustice to any form of relationship you have, and you don't understand the real priorities that go with that. The overarching glue to a lasting relationship is to bring out the best in each other, and to be the best version of yourself to each other. When you do that as partners in a relationship, your kids, whether they are your biological kids or you're a step parent, will also reap the rewards of that, including that they will have a much better sense of conflict resolution, not being an easy quitter when things go wrong, and valuing romantic relationships the way they are taught to value family. That's because your romantic relationship is your family too. Therefore, if you are unable to nurture that, then you are more likely to use other circumstances, including your kids, as an excuse not to face your problems and learn how to manage all kinds of relationships, romantic, platonic, work relationships, etc. Bottom line is this: if you do not think that successful relationships, families, organizations, etc., start from the top down and not from the bottom up, then yes, your kids will always continue to be your world and will always be first. And then I will circle back to my knee-jerk reaction to get over yourself. Thanks for watching.